Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Make an Open World RPG. And in this episode, we're basically going to be discussing what we have left to do before we actually start the storyline and everything else. So far we're mostly basically done with the main with the futures that are gonna be in the game as of yet. Since I can't think of anything else, and I'm basically out of ideas. So these are the last things that we're going to be adding to the game before we actually start adding this storyline and side quests and stuff like that, and some other NPCs. So basically, we're going to be making a crafting system, which is going to involve these. So you cut trees down to get wood and stuff like that. Fishing, mining, collecting herbs, farming. This one is, I'm just going to go ahead and put this all the way down here because that might not be making it into the game. But as of now, fishing, mining, herbs, collecting herbs, hunting and cooking, those are definitely going to be in there. And these are going to be the gangs that you're going to be able to join: the fighters gang, the thieves gang, and the assassins gang. That's not really going to be their name, but that's what they specialize in: fighting, stealing, and killing people. And these three gangs are going to be enemies, so you can only join one gang. So if you join the fighters gang, you're going to be enemies of the thieves gang and the assassins gang. And how I'm going to have it set up is like you go inside the fight. Okay, let's use a fighters gang as an example. You go to the fighters gang, and you, let's say you meet the requirements and then you join them. How you gonna, they're gonna give you missions, and then what those missions are gonna be like is basically you go into the mission board, and then you're gonna pick a mission to do. And then when you come and when you get that mission, it's gonna teleport you to like another map, and then it's gonna be like a little adventure that you're gonna go on. So maybe it's go beat up this drug dealer because they're in your turf or something. So it's basically gonna teleport you to like a warehouse, and then you're gonna have to clear the warehouse and then kill the drug dealer guy. And it's gonna be stuff like that, like assassins. You maybe go into a building and then you have to sneak past the enemy and kill the person and stuff. It's gonna be stuff like that. So it's not actually gonna be taking place in the main world. It's gonna be taking place in other maps that I'm gonna be making for each thing. So you go to the assignment board, you get a mission, and you do it. So that's how I'm gonna be handling the gang, but I'm also gonna have side quests is gonna be taking place in the, I mean, not side quests, the main quest that's going to be taking place in the world map, and it's going to have to deal with, if your fighters gang is going to have to deal with you guys taking out the thieves gang and the assassins gang. And the ones that I'm talking about, the mission boards, are going to be like side quests for the fighters gang or the other gangs. So let's go ahead and go over here in the overworld. So far this is what the game world looks like. Over here, I pointed it with my finger thinking you guys could see it, but over here is the business district. Over here is the red light district, future project, and then residential business. I'm going to be changing up the residential business a little bit. I'm putting some business stuff in there, like the crafting center and the chefs, whatever. But it's gonna be like one of these buildings down here. This is the map that I'm working on right now. It's called the woods, and this is basically where you're gonna go mine fish and other stuff. So far I am working on it, and I didn't do it on screen because, well, it's basically gonna be time consuming, and it's not really important. All you guys need to know is that I'm making the map. And I also want to let me actually check up on my time. 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be start working on this a little bit, but still discussing stuff that we actually still need to do. So the things we need to do right now isn't a lot. So these systems are basic events and stuff, so they're probably gonna take maybe at most 2 episodes each, maybe 3 episodes to do each system. And then we still have to work on the police chase system. So, but it works 100% on this map, but I want to implement it to other maps. So that's what we really actually have to work on. The school is done. E Corp is done. Cole's Biggie Mart is 100% done. Church 100% done. Apartment. Oh yeah, we're also gonna be adding upgrades to your apartment, so you could buy your TV. We already have the fancy bed upgrade, but we're gonna be making more upgrades. And I'm gonna actually make it so you, if you want to cook, you have to go to the stove over here and cook, and then you could store food in your fridge and stuff like that. But the apartment is about 50% done. The bank is done. The gym is done. The drunken cow is done, but the only thing I want to do now is, you know how the both have the same ring assets. I want to change it and give the drunken cow its own ring, or maybe just make the bar fights actually take place in the bar, and so you don't have to go to another map. Police station, it's I would say done, but what I want to do is actually make a police profession, but then it's gonna be like the gangs. When if you join the police, then you can't join the other gangs, so it's actually for factions now. So let me go ahead and do that. POLICE, because I just thought of that right now. Hospital is done, except for the job where you could actually be a doctor. Clothing store is done, except for a job. So basically, for these for the jobs for the clothing store and arms and knife, I'm basically just going to be copying the job at Cole's Biggie Mart, and then just changing up the wording, and then the variables that it uses, and the items that it uses, and then change up the pay and the requirements to actually get those jobs. And I won't actually be doing those on screen, because it's basically going to be, if you seen me, I did an episode when I did this. If you saw me do this, then it's going to be the same. I'm just going to be changing up a little bit of stuff. Yeah, so once I'm done with these things that I have to do right now, which I'm actually gonna start on the next episode with I'm not gonna be doing the cutting trees, because actually, you know what, next episode I'm gonna be working on the woods map, and then once I finish that up, then I'm gonna implement the cutting trees, the fishing, the mining, and the herb collecting. And the hunting is just gonna be monsters that are gonna be in the woods, and then when you kill them, then they drop their meat and stuff like that, and you hunt it. And then the cooking is gonna be basically like the crafting, but with food. And the crafting is just basically gonna be it's gonna be you combining, let's say, maybe a wood with the stuff that you mined, and then you could make a sword or something like that. So yeah, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we will actually start. So this episode, just to tell you guys what we have left before we actually start the main storyline. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna be working on the gangs, the joining gangs, after the main storyline. Actually, with the main storyline. But right now, what we actually have left to do right now, because I want to do this last, because it's going to be kind of complicated. Maybe I will make the maps for them, but I'm going to be doing their missions last. So we're going to make them finish the woods map, and then we're going to work on the systems. And then once we're done with these events or systems, then we can start filling the world with NPCs, with side quests. And then after we're done with those side quests, maybe we'll work on these, or maybe we'll work on these, then do the side quests, then start with the main storyline. But as for now, you know what, actually, I'm gonna work on these, and then once I'm done with these, I'm gonna start working on these, and then I'm gonna start with the NPCs, with the side quests. And remember, those side quests are gonna be simple stuff. Maybe go beat up this guy, or maybe go get this item for me, or maybe it's gonna be stuff like that. So thanks again for watching, and since I'm not working on my other series, I get to concentrate on this series even more. And then we're gonna be working on this game basically like almost every day until Saturday, when I actually Sunday, and I'm gonna start working on my other series, mainly the Let's Plays, which doesn't actually take that much time. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Make sure to like this video and comment, because that helps me out a lot. Thanks again. It only takes like 2 seconds to like a video.